So in this video, I'm going to let you know what you can expect if you're visiting Alcudia Beach Resort in September. Now, I'm down here on the far end of the resort. If I go any further in this direction, we're going to be on Playa de Moro. But for now, we're going to take a walk along this canal path here. We're going to head on to the beach, and I'm going to give you an update from over here in the resort. Also, in this video, we'll take a walk up along Alcudia Strip and see what it's like during the day. So I'm standing here on one of the canals here, and this is Canal Now. It means new canal. You can see I've got some lovely apartment blocks right behind me. In fact, to my right hand side we've got the Venethia apartments. We've got this canal which runs up through the sea into the resort. Now, we have heard that mosquitoes have been playing havoc over here in Alcudia, but I can see from this canal as well, this is actually free flowing. The water is free flowing, so I'm not convinced that the mosquitoes are too much of a problem on this side of the resort. But anyway, let's walk along this canalway. And it's super pretty over here too. It's very quiet as well because it's set back from the road. And let's walk down to the beach. So you can just see the mountains emerging in the distance. So we're just coming down the side of the All Sun Orchidelic Playa Hotel. Absolutely gorgeous location, actually. It's got this lovely waterway outside, and you can actually swim in it. You can see it's very, very shallow. I have seen families pitching up here during the summer months. Go and check out my previous videos. But you do get a clear run of water coming through here from the sea, and it goes round as well to the right hand side too. Okay, before we head on down the beach towards the left-hand side of the beach, let's take a little look up this side and let's check out how busy it is today. So I'm just coming up to the Playa Beach Club restaurant, and it is full in September. Now, I have to say, schools have actually gone back now. All the kids are back in school, so the majority of the people you're going to see on the beach here are either parents or holidaymakers. I'm guessing the latter. Let's take a little walk further up this side of the beach before we head on back, and I've got some information for you about your holiday. But you're going to absolutely hate me for saying this, so consider subscribing if you haven't done so already to catch all the latest holiday news, holiday guides, travel tips and live streams to come out of Mallorca and help you out with your holiday. See, if I don't say it, you don't subscribe, so I'm just going to put that out there. Anyway, I'm down here on the very lovely Alcudia Beach, and it's as I said, an absolutely gorgeous day here today. You can see how busy it is behind me. Now, I have to say, by the time you watch this video, we will experience a little bit of a drop in temperatures over on Alcudia Beach, but do not worry if you're coming out here, because, well, at this time of year we do get a little bit of, I'm going to call it iffy weather, and that can mean we could have the temperature dropping by a few degrees one day, it'll then go up the next, we may get a few showers, we may get a little bit of wind. Then again, it may also be absolutely lovely too, so you're going to see lots of news about the temperatures dropping. It shouldn't be that bad, and to be honest, it's probably going to be a lot nicer for your holiday too. July and August was just far too hot. Well, for me anyway, because I've been living here for nearly 20 years. So this is a much nicer time of year to come to the resort. Now, if it does get a little bit cloudy or you don't want to stay on the beach, and you can see we've got a little bit of cloud building up this afternoon, there's plenty to do over here in Alcudia. I've got loads of recommendations as well on my channel, and in fact, right at the end of this video, I'll drop a link to a video as well. I'll pop it in the description text below of all the very best things that you can do over here in Alcudia. Anyway, let's head off in this direction and let's continue down the beach and check it out today.
All alone on the internet, but you don't seem to forget about yourself.
So I'm still seeing a worrying amount of people leaving their belongings on the sand here. As you can see down at the back of these Sunbed rentals here, whether they're reserving them or whether they've gone into the water, I don't know. But as I've said, and I've put out a warning on my other videos this summer, if you are going into the sea take your valuables with you. Try not to leave anything on the beach of importance unless it's just your flip-flops and your beach towel. Get yourself a waterproof bum bag and a waterproof phone case. I'll drop a link to my holiday shop over on Amazon. Go and check out what's in there as well, but try not to leave anything of value on the beach because, well, Mallorca is no big crime scene. Of course we do get opportunists over here, so I'm just going to leave that warning with you if you're planning on coming over this autumn. Now check out the wonderful blue seas that we have over here on Alcudia Beach. I can see a fisherman just out in front of me. This area, which marks the entrance to the canal, must be quite a popular fishing point. So these lovely sunny conditions could well continue into October. At least they will continue into October. Go back and check out my video from Mallorca in October from last year. I will do an update video for this year as well. It will give you an idea of what to expect if you're thinking of coming out next month too. But we should get plenty of sunshine and plenty of warm temperatures too. So if wherever you're living in the world has already entered autumn, then come down to Mallorca and enjoy the last gasp of summer. Okay, so I have mentioned it in my previous videos, but if you are new to my channel, just check out the price of sunbed rentals over here on Alcudia Beach. 2 sunbeds and a beach umbrella is €18.20 or €9.10 for 1 sunbed and a beach umbrella. And don't forget too that Alcudia Beach does things a little bit differently. They do have an online reservation system. You can book these sunbeds for 4 days or more. I'll drop the link to the website in the description text below. Now, unfortunately, we don't have an online reservation system for the other resorts. It's just over here in Alcudia. Maybe you'll look at doing something like that for next year. So I can see today we have quite a bit of Posidonia seagrass that's been washed up on the sand. It's not uncommon over here, particularly if we have had rain or storms. But the water is much, much clearer, just maybe a couple of metres out. And we're going to do the temperature test here. So I'm going to take a little wander into the water and I can completely confirm that the sea temperature hasn't actually changed that much from July or August. It's still super warm.
Let me tell you about the trees and the seas, how it's all connected.
You can actually see that we have had a little bit of sea disturbance here because the water is coming in just a little bit further than it normally does, which is why we've got these beach umbrellas right on the water's edge. If we do get a massive downpour of rain, well, we could see these beach umbrellas getting washed into the sea. But what a location. Look, just take a look to my right. It's absolutely stunning. Anyway, let's head on to the jetty because I've actually got a very important tip for you if you're travelling over this month. Okay, so I'm just looking at the check-in area here for boat trips for the Ciudad Blanca stop here on the jetty, and there's a little poster here saying book now for the weekend for Saturday and Sunday. Now, while that might seem like a very good idea, I wouldn't really recommend it at this time of year unless you are 100% sure what the weather is going to be like. And of course, it can actually be quite difficult to forecast. And that is because, well, if the weather does turn a little bit too windy, and it is actually quite windy today, and the sea is too rough, they might not run the boat trip. And if you've booked a boat trip for a couple of days in advance and the boat doesn't run, well, they may well give you a ticket to go on another day, which of course is fair enough. However, if you're running out of time and you're coming to the end of your holiday, you might not be able to go on that boat trip, which will mean that you may actually lose your money. Now, many of the boat trips here, they've got very varying different terms and conditions, so check those before you book. Check what the terms and conditions are if you do pre-book a boat trip for, say, a couple of days in advance or just before the end of your holiday, that if the trip is cancelled, that you will get your money back before you leave, because otherwise you could end up out of pocket. Now, I'm not saying these guys have that cancellation policy here, but I'm just saying check before you book and check the weather forecast too. But this has to be one of my favourite views from over here on Alcudia Beach, just this walk up the jetty here right into the water. So I'm standing right in front of the El Paraiso Hotel, and we're looking all the way along the beach here, all the way down to Alcudia Port, which is perfectly walkable from here. And if you're staying anywhere on Alcudia Beach, you're actually going to be in a great location for many bus routes as well to get you all the way down to Alcudia Port, a little bit further down towards Porto Poyensa and Poyensa, and if we go in the other direction, up towards Camp Picaforte. Okay, so just looking out into the water here, we can see they've got the pedalos out. I think they're around €20 per hour. There are plenty of water sports down here to enjoy. These services will be up and running until the very end of October, until the 31st of October. So even if you're not coming in September, you've got plenty of time to enjoy those. But anyway, let's head on down to the beach, because I'm absolutely dying to see what's going on with the development of the brand new beach bars. Now, I remember when they started the beach bar construction over here, I think it's back at the end of March or beginning of April. I did warn of possible building noise. I can see they've got some serious machinery out today. We're going to go and take a look, but the good news is that if you are down on Alcudia Beach for the day, you're not going to hear very much at all. Okay, so this is what the new beach bars are supposed to look like. Got a little artist's impression here, and an apology for the works taking place, and this is what they're looking like at the moment. And a lot has been done, my goodness me. It looks like they're well en route to almost being finished. But the jury's out actually, whether they're attractive or not. I mean, what do you guys think? Let me know in comments. I think they're a horrendous sight considering the lovely little wooden chiringuitos that we had previously. And these huge concrete blocks run all the way down the beach as well. I do have a feeling there have been many complaints from neighbouring properties blocking beach views, because of course these new chiringuitos are taking up a lot more space than their predecessors. So this is for my viewers who are in the construction industry. You can see they've got like this kind of brick cladding that they're putting on top of what looks like kind of plastic walls. I don't know. Doesn't seem to be very in keeping with the environment. Maybe it is, who knows. My goodness, look at the size of it. It's absolutely enormous. It's going to have a huge impact over here on Alcudia Beach. And that impact is going to be pretty much visual, I'd say. They'll also probably have quite a large impact on neighbouring restaurants as well in Alcudia Beach Resort. I can imagine they'll be taking away a lot of business, although I cannot wait to see how much the prices will be in these chiringuitos. So we're just coming down the back of Alcudia Beach here, and I can see it's still looking very busy for September. I think that's been reflected by the high flight prices and the high holiday prices. There's still demand for a beach holiday. Let's keep going a little bit further. Now we've come up to quite an unusual site over here on Alcudia Beach. As you may remember, well, they took down all the existing beachside chiringuitos and they started works on basically all of them as we come along the beach, but they haven't started works on this one. Now I am wondering, because I did read that there were many complaints put in basically because of the fact that they're going to block some people's views, as you can see behind me. Work doesn't seem to have started on here, and you can just see a big mound of sand has been put up to kind of block the view from the beach. There's nothing too much going on here. And as you'll know from my previous videos, that the coastlines over here in Mallorca are governed by the Costas Authority, who are very keen to keep things looking very, very natural and get rid of other developments which don't blend into the local scenery. I can't imagine what they're thinking when they approved the building of these huge, massive concrete beach bars down here, but maybe it's a financial thing. Maybe money does talk over here in Mallorca after all. And we have come up to this just wonderful shaded area. We're just before the huge Sunwing Hotel. I have to say the amount of people that are leaving their belongings on the sand here is just incredible. See, a whole backpack has been left here. Just don't do it. If you're over here on holiday, don't leave your belongings. I hate to say it, but there are opportunists working over here, and there have been thefts on the beaches this summer, and I'm pretty sure as we enter September, that's not going to change either. So I've just had the pleasure of bumping into Dave and Kim on Alcudia Beach. Guys, hello. Tell me, how was your holiday over here in Alcudia?
Oh, that's great, Alex.
Absolutely love it.
Now you were blaming me for
Yes,
coming
it's
over
your
here.
fault.
It's my fault.
Yes, it's your
Tell
fault.
me,
He's been watching all your videos and then he sends them to me and says, look at this, and then we booked a holiday for this year and next year.
but it has been a good holiday.
It has.
Love it.
Now, you normally go to Mallorca, so
Yep.
tell me how Alcudia compares to Mallorca.
I'd say it's a lot more to do here and than Menorca. We went to, what's it called?
Ariel
de
de
Castells. It's a very quiet part of the island. Obviously, you go to Mahon,
Yeah.
then it's a lot busier, but still not as busy as this.
Yeah.
So if you want to, I think the comparison really is if you want a relaxing holiday, just a few restaurants. You can walk around most of it very quickly, but there's not as much to do. Where here, there's so much to do, so much choice.
You're not going to get bored.
Yeah, I like the both places. I still
and
go
you're
again.
not going to run out of places
But-
to eat and drink.
Yeah, but this is great. This is great. I think if you've got a lot of
Yeah.
people with you and just you can explore, it's great.
Okay, so tell me where you're staying over here.
Oh, I never name it now.
Is it the Iberostar Ciudad Blanca Hotel
That's
by
it.
any
So much better
chance?
than rubbish.
And tell me, what is that hotel like?
I love it.
Yeah, it's lovely. There's lots.
It's a lovely hotel. Clean, the staff are all lovely, the food's amazing. Definitely go back there.
You definitely go back.
Yeah.
Finally, you actually told me that you've just walked to Alcudia Old Town.
We walked from the hotel to Alcudia Hotel, yeah, for sort of 40 minutes, and then we walked to the port, so another 30 minutes, and now we're just walking back to the hotel. So
Oh my goodness.
we've been on our feet since what, 10 o'clock this morning.
So it's all doable. It's all
doable, yeah.
doable.
We're
Yeah.
tired now. Looking forward
It's
to it.
about brilliant. Okay, guys. Well, thank you very much for talking to me, and enjoy the rest of your holiday.
Thank you.
So do you know what? I've never actually done that walk from here all the way to Alcudia Old Town and then back to the port and back up again. Maybe when it's much, much cooler, I shall do that. We shall see. We'll see how doable it is if you're over here on holiday. But that's just one of the many lovely walks that you can do over here in Alcudia Beach Resort. Okay, let's continue with this video because we're coming up to another beach bar over here, which is in the process of being renovated. And also I'm on the right of one of the biggest water sports centres on Alcudia Beach. Now, this is the place to come if you want to go out on the banana boats or the flying sofas, or indeed if you want to go parasailing too. Got plenty of choice down here, but let's check out the next chiringuito. Now, I'm not going to look at all of them today, but it's just quite interesting to see how some of them have been developed and some of them just haven't. And check this out, if you're watching the channel back in April, I saw the original beach bar being pulled down, being ripped down, but look, this one looks like it's almost finished actually. So I definitely think there's an issue with the beach bar we just passed a little bit further back. Maybe it's going to be built, maybe it won't be. Anyway, time will tell. Okay, so let's leave Alcudia Beach behind. We're going to take a walk up Alcudia Strip. We're going to see what it's like during the day in September, and we'll see how busy it is. Now we're just coming up towards Alcudia Strip, and I'm passing by the El Paraiso restaurant. This is open for everybody looking for somewhere to eat. Okay, so we've just come out to the main road here. This is the Carretera de Arta, which runs all the way from Alcudia Port all the way down towards Playa de Moro and Can Picafort. Let's cross over and let's head on down the strip. Okay, so we have entered Avenida Pre Mas y Reus, which is otherwise known as Alcudia Strip, and it is looking very busy today actually. We've got quite a few people heading back up this street. Now, you'll be walking up here if you are staying in the following hotels. If you're staying in the Bellevue Lagamonte, if you're staying in the a whole Bellevue area actually. If you're staying in the Melia inside Alcudia Hotel, the Alua Boccaccio, and there's a TRH hotel too, and many others. I think there's a JS hotel as well. This is the centre of activity down here in Alcudia Beach Resort. So you're going to find the bars, you're going to find lots of restaurants as well, and you're just a short walk away from Alcudia Beach. But if you want to see what it's like at night, check out the content that I made over the summer months. See what you can expect if you're over here on holiday. And indeed, I did film Alcudia Strip over in October as well. I'll put a link to that video further below so you can see what that is like if you're coming over next month. It's got the shopping centre to my right hand side here. And you have plenty of rentals down here as well, including those kind of beach buggies that you're going to find all over the resort too. I'm just coming up to a rental area just here as well. You can get your electric bikes and scooters too. And to my right hand side we've got the Inside by Melior just to show you, just beyond the little shopping centre here. And to my right, I was right as well, we do have a JS hotel. It's a Hotel Sol Alcudia. Let's keep on going up the strip because on my left too we've got the TRH hotel. I can just see through the glass there. It's actually looking quite busy poolside. So I'm just looking at the Chinese across the road at the Jin Sun. Their opening hours are between 5:30 and 11 o'clock, and well, that's quite common down here. We do have some restaurants that are open for lunch, like the Loro Verde, and indeed we have passed many restaurants on the way up too. But if you do find some places shut at the moment, it's because they only do evening openings. And of course, one day a week as well, you're going to find a lot of these restaurants will close to give their staff a day off too. Okay, so we've just got up to the Shira. Now, as you well know, I've been filming up here on the Sunday during the summer, the Sunday evening, and it's never been open. It is actually open now. I'm just coming over to the little bridge as well that takes us over the canal. Now, I was saying to Dave and Kim earlier, they were asking me about Julio's crepes and whereabouts he is. So if you are looking for Julio, the most famous crepe maker in Mallorca, then come up to the bridge here. You're going to cross this canal. And he's just over the bridge on the right hand side, just right past this amusement arcade. Now, like I mentioned, not all these places are open at all times during the day, and Julio's is no exception. He does open at 5 p.m. He opens the crepe section at about 5 p.m. You normally see Julio out around sort of 7ish too. So if you are coming up during the day, they are open for ice cream, but not for crepes until the very late afternoon, early evening. Actually, I tell a lie, he's actually open at 4, not at 5 o'clock. They've opened an hour earlier, which is good to know. And here's the ice cream place too. Anyway, there are some wonderful food options over here on Alcudia Strip. Coming up past Angelo's Pizzeria, and just to let you know as well, they also do a gluten-free option, which is worth knowing if you're over here on holiday. And as we cross the road here, we're coming up to an almost finished Luna's Bar and Grill. Oh my goodness me, work is getting on here. It's looking a lot different. It's actually starting to take shape. Pretty sure this will be ready for next season. This has taken quite a long time to get done. Will we see an end to these works? I don't know. And we're just coming up past the bus stop here in Alcudia Strip. This is a 322 bus stop. Takes you over to Poyensa Old Town as well. It's very handy. And we're coming up past Champions. It's looking quite busy in here too this afternoon. And we're coming up past the Colbert supermarket. If you saw my last nighttime video from over here in Alcudia Strip, you'll know that I did pop in to go and check it out. They do sell several English products in here, which is handy if you're over here on holiday. So I've just got to the top of our Alcudia strip. I've bumped into Sylvia and Gary. Gary, tell me, how's your holiday been over here?
It's been good, I've enjoyed it. I've actually just met you and I says to you that I basically watched it every week until I come over to try and get a rough idea where it was going, and I still had no idea.
Oh, bless you.
I was lost. But yeah, I've enjoyed it, so I have.
So what's the best thing about your holiday been?
Heat. I like the heat, I like the sun. I stay in Scotland, so
Whereabouts are you from in Scotland?
Cumbernauld.
Okay, well, I know the weather's not been great up there. So, yeah. So tell me, where are you staying over here?
We're staying in Alcudia apartments.
Okay, that's a little bit further down the strip, isn't it?
Yeah.
So how have you found that hotel?
It's been nice, yeah. I'd say the rooms are a bit dated, but it's been nice. They say they're going to do it up for next year. So
Okay. And what's the food been like over there?
I've not eaten it. We've not eaten. We've been out every night, so we have.
Have you just got room only?
No, we
eating
got
breakfast?
self-catering.
Self-catering?
Yeah.
Okay, you're on self-catering.
Yeah.
So how have you found the restaurants down Alcudia Strip?
We were there the first night.
Tivoli, is
Yeah.
that your fit?
Yeah, that was the first night. We went for mash burgers the other night, and we've been to, I don't know, we just kind of wander and we'll get there. So we did. We walked along to Alcudia Port and we walked to old Alcudia town, which was nice. Yeah. So
Okay, and how have you found the bars around here as well? Have you been
I
out
don't
to the
drink.
bars? Eh?
Yeah, I'm Scottish and I don't drink.
You're Scottish and you don't drink?
No, no, I don't drink.
That's fair enough. That's
But
fair
yeah,
enough.
we went to the Irish bar round
Oh,
the...
Jokers was brilliant.
Jokers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think we had,
there was a
was
singer
really
on.
good.
I think her name was. There was a
Ella.
singer on.
Ella
I
was
think her
singing.
name was.
She was really good.
She was nice. Was she?
Brilliant.
Yeah, she was good.
Fantastic, fantastic. And any days out you've done as well that you can recommend?
No, we've only went the days away to Alcudia Old Town, and we went, as I say, we went to try Valencia the day. Oh, we went to Canpicafer,
That was
Yeah.
nice
which
as
was
well.
nice.
Yeah,
It's a really narrow beach though, so it is. It's
Yeah.
really narrow, so it is.
fantastic. That sounds all right. That sounds pretty good. Okay, finally, anything you don't like about your holiday? Any downsides?
Having to leave.
Having to leave.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. If that isn't enough
Meeting
of-
yourself was a bonus, to be truthful, because as I said, I'd seen you. And by the way, I don't know what people, right? I'm just saying this, like, it's actually, I've watched her all year, so I was
Yeah.
just bumped into you there now.
Yeah.
You've made his day.
Bless you. Bless you guys. Well, thank you very much for talking to me. Enjoy
Okay.
the rest of your holiday.
Right, okay.
Cheers.
Thanks a lot.
Okay everyone, that brings us more or less to the top of Alcudia Strip, and I'm right outside of the Bellevue complex. Now I'm going to be back here to make a lot more content as well as we roll into the autumn, not just to help you out with your autumn holiday but also for next year too. So consider subscribing if you haven't done so already to catch those videos and enable that notifications bell too. You can also find me in the Facebook group and on my Instagram, also called Mallorca Under the Sun, and appearing here on YouTube you're going to find a video to help you out with your holiday as well, particularly if you're coming over at this time of year. Thanks very much for watching everyone, and I shall see you on the next one. Goodbye for now.